Hi, my love. Welcome to day one of your Get Book Challenge. I am so excited to have you here. Part of what I am doing with you, it's almost like if you were my client and we were talking just about what is your goal and how can I help you reach it in the next 90 days or 6 months. I love using the 90-day framework because I feel that it gives you enough time. According to studies, a lot of the time, whatever you're doing takes about 90 days for you to see results once you've been implementing consistently. And it's also pretty easy to rinse and repeat. So even if we were looking at your year, we would be able to divide that into four categories or into four stages. And we would be able to create a lot of momentum so that you can take those quantum leaps. One of the things that I want to talk with you today is about setting a real goal and setting the intention. This is what happens. So the way your brain works and my brain works is that whenever you set a clear goal, your brain sees everything else as distraction. Studies prove that people that write their goals are 97% more capable or more have more potential of reaching the goal. Can you believe that? Your capacity or your ability to be able to reach the goal increases by 97% whenever you write it down. So setting a target for yourself, it's so important. I know that you might have been talking about, I want to get booked, or I wish I could do this, or it's not about that. It's actually because your brain has been listening to all this, right? All of your thinking, and that creates all the overwhelm that there's like nothing specific to focus on. So even if you're not clear on exactly how it's going to happen, which I'm going to be helping you do that specifically. I'm breaking it down for you. I'm sharing. I'm not holding back. So I want you to be with me at every stage of this process every single day. So let's dive into setting a clear direction. Now that you know that you want to get booked, I want you to get even more clear. So if you want to get booked, we want to know, okay, so what is the financial goal that you're trying to reach that would represent getting booked? How many clients would that mean? You have to look at what is that offer that you want to sell out or that you want to get booked with, and then how many of those would you have to sell to get booked and to hit that financial goal. And I'm breaking this process down for you in the PDF. I want you to get out of overwhelm. I want to help you stop flying by the seat of your pants. One of the things that I saw with myself was that I would spin a lot, like spin my wheels a lot, because I would have this like rush of an idea, of a momentum. I would start something and it would be so exciting, but I didn't know a lot of the details regarding there's a conversion rate, meaning you talk to a number of people and from that people, a percentage of people actually buy your offer, or a percentage of people that see your post actually click your post. Like they're like all these different mechanics, if you would like to call it, about building and growing your business. And I didn't know these things. So not having a clear goal, what it actually did is that it had me trying to like figure out what I needed to do that day. I was not focused enough. And I can tell you, using this process with my clients see results. And you've been hearing about it. If you were in the Get Book interview series, you heard me talking about it. But one of the things that I noticed, and the reason why I created this process or this recipe, it's because I would notice that myself, and then whenever I started working more with clients, they had the same issue. They could go at it so hard, like they're all in or all out. So they would go at it for like a period of time, and then they would get discouraged, and then it was like they were about to hit that goal, but they didn't know. So then, oh my gosh, they gave up. So I want you to think about, what is the clear goal that you have? What is the goal that you want to reach? And then go through the whole process. One of the things that Tony Robbins talks a lot about, it's about how whenever you set a goal, it's like there's a part of your brain that I can't remember the name, but there's a part of your brain that actually goes to town with this. It informs your entire system that this is what you're saying to focus on. That's why whenever you're in the bathroom or whenever you're like sleeping, you begin to have these ideas. It's because now your brain knows that this is what you want to focus on. But if you are focused on, I want to get booked, but I'm afraid. I want to get booked, but I don't know what I'm doing. All of that shatter and all of that distracts your brain, and it doesn't really know what it is that you want. So if you want to follow that dream, what I want you to do is to think about very specific, work this process, and then come and join us in the Facebook group and tell us what is your goal and how many people. So if you want to get booked, how many people do you need and by when? Like, by when do you need it? Set the date for yourself. You can set it for 90 days. You can set it for 6 months. I recommend not going beyond 6 months so that you can create a lot of the momentum and stay engaged. So set the goal, come share it with us. Let us talk about it. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. But above all, what I want you to think about is for you to be able to turn that vision that you have of a big, growing business that is blooming, you have to go through this stage. So regardless of what that is, for you to be able to reach the millions of people or the thousands of people you want to reach, you have to get very comfortable right here. And I want to close with this story because I feel that that might help you. So whenever I first started, I actually started as a purpose coach. I started as a purpose coach, and I, since my background was counseling and all of that, and I had worked a lot with people, helping them figure out like their zone of genius, their skills and stuff like that, so that they can find employment for almost 5 years. Then part of what I had done was that I started working with actually as a coach, working this way through my business. And this is what ended up happening. Within a month of putting out my first program, I got booked. I had 19 people sign up to work with me. And I also had like a few of them that I gave it for free. Then part of what happened was that as they saw a lot of the results I was getting, they started asking me, so Pachi, how are you doing it? What's going on? So after I had worked with them, I moved more into helping them then build their business, because we saw that by just implementing the steps and getting clarity around their purpose, they were already doubling and tripling their income in just that 90-day period of us working together, that we decided to just focus really on the business. So when I started online, I actually decided to work with entrepreneurs who were starting their business and who were focused on getting their first 5 clients. And this is what happened. I was able to get clients. I was able to create momentum, and there was struggle. There was all this different stuff that I'm sure that you go through. The struggling and the failing and the failing forward and the getting up is just part of the process. And whoever says that that's not true, they're just pretty much lying, I think. But one of the things that happened was that whenever I got clear, every time I set a goal, I was able to move farther. And not even that, just being able to set the goal and to actually hit the goal always led me to the next ideal client I wanted to work with. So the getting booked, I was already helping my clients get booked before I decided to focus on this, because the results and the momentum led me to the next stage in business. So I believe that this is the same true for you. Don't give up. Do the hard work, or do the pieces that we need to put together so that you can move forward even more. Bye.